The internet never forgets. The internet never forgets. There are no secrets on the internet. There are no secrets on the internet. Every click that you do on the internet is watched. Every click is watched. The amount of time that you spend with your cursor hovering over a word, that is watched. Where your cursor moves on the internet is watched. Every letter you have ever typed into a search bar is watched. It's monitored. It's stored. It's packaged. And it's sold. Your information, the data that you generate when you use the internet, is watched, compiled, and sold. Or the information that is gleaned from your data is sold. Google, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, your text messages, you name it. Candy Crush, Clash Royale, all of it. TikTok, especially TikTok. They watch what you are doing. Some are a little bit more mischievous than others. You need to understand that every click is watched. What you do on the internet is not secret. It's not. And if you think that what you're doing is anonymous, it's not. If you think that whatever you Snapchat goes away, no. That means that everything you put on the internet is connected to you forever, for the life of the internet, not forever. For however long the internet lives, that information about you will be there in some form or fashion. And if it exists, it can be found. Okay? Now let's just say, whatever, Google. Because Google has become a verb. Okay? Google it. Dr. Google. Okay? It's like Band-Aid. Okay? An adhesive bandage to stop something like, if you got a cut on your finger, right? To stop it from bleeding. They're not Band-Aids. Band-Aid is a brand. It's a product. Okay? It has infiltrated the common vernacular. If I say search it on the internet, you're going to Google it. Google is free. It's free. You can use it and use it however you wish. It's free for you. But do you think Google is free because it's like a righteous? Well, it might actually be part of their vision to better humanity. Okay? But the internet is a double-edged sword. It can hurt you, and it can help you. The internet is a double-edged sword. Google is a double-edged sword. It can open your mind and bring you to wonderments of knowledge. And it can also lead to the darkness. You have to be aware of what you are doing on the internet because it is not secret. Even if you go incognito mode, that doesn't matter because you are using a product and that product is taking your data and it is using that data to sell it. That's how it works, folks. Okay? Think about it. It is not going to get rid of the data, your data, because your data is its lifeblood. You've heard of data is the new oil. Data is the new oil. Why is data the new oil? Here's how part of it. Here's a scenario for you that's sort of how it works. Let's say you need some shoes. You need new shoes. So you go on to Google and you type in, I need new shoes. Well, what ends up happening is that when you type in, I need new shoes, you might get a bunch of different website addresses that will take you to different websites that will help you buy new shoes. And let's say you click around in them and you're jumping through and you're having some fun and you're checking out new shoes. And then you're like, you know what? I'm going to go and check my Facebook to see how, because I've got 87 notifications and I need to clear it up. So then you go onto Facebook. Use the internet to go onto Facebook. And then all of a sudden, on Facebook, you have ads for shoes. Huh? That's a coincidence. Not a coincidence, folks. There are companies that pay Google to be able to send their advertisements to people who type in the words new shoes into Google. That's why Google is free, because you are generating their money. You're generating the data that they are selling. And that's fine. It's great. You just got to know that that's what's happening. It's like when you watch TV. You got to know that you're going to get indoctrinated by commercials. Tricks are for kids. Silly rabbit. Tricks are for kids. How do you know that tricks are for kids? How does anybody know that tricks are for kids? Where did that come from? Oh, it came from a commercial. It came from a commercial. Bzz. But you know what? That's okay. When you go onto YouTube, it's free. But you got to watch ads. And you got to be okay with that. You be like, okay, well, fine. Okay? Now, listen. I'm not saying don't use the internet. I'm saying use the internet. But use it to make yourself into a better person. You can use the internet to expand your awareness. You can use the internet to understand a language. You can use the internet to quite literally teach yourself anything. Anything that has been learned by someone at some point, you can learn it on the internet. And that is a beautiful, wonderful gift. Use it to better yourself. You've heard of digital footprint. The digital footprint is real. Everything you do on the internet adds to your digital footprint. You have full control of your digital footprint. You have all the power. Do not get tricked, okay, by people that understand the vulnerabilities of the human psyche. People who understand dopamine addiction. Dopamine addiction is real. Have you ever noticed that when you're playing, I don't know, whatever, let's just say Candy Crush. That's a great example. Fortnite, another great example of dopamine addiction. TikTok, dopamine addiction. Instagram, dopamine addiction. Okay? You name it. Have you ever noticed you just pick up your phone and automatically go to one of those apps? And you start just scrolling and trolling? Yeah? Why is that? You don't want to actually. Maybe you do want to do that. I don't know. But it's habit. It becomes a habit because it results in brain rewiring so that those programs, those applications, acquire more data. It is a competition for your attention. It is a competition for your attention because your attention leads to data and your data leads to profit. Okay? There's nothing wrong with that. That's fine. Sure. Do it. That's great. You're not hurting anybody if you assume that people have self-control. Right? You have to understand. So when you're on a virtual meeting with somebody, right? Your video is being recorded. There is video of you independent of whether or not the moderator records the meeting. You are being recorded. You share your screen. You're being recorded. You send an email. It's remembered. Oh, but I deleted my email. Nope. Sorry. The moment you typed in the letters in that email in the draft that you were making, it is now stored. Okay? This is how the internet works. And it's not evil. And it's not pure good. It's neutral. It's the user. Okay? It's the user. It's just like money. Money is not the root of all evil. And money can't buy happiness. Money is neutral. Okay? The internet is similar. It's the user and how they use the internet. All right? Remember, remember, remember. Remember! There are no secrets on the internet. Every click is watched. Your data is not deleted. It is stored and sold. That's why they are building more and more data centers. Okay? Control your digital footprint. You have the power to make yourself look awesome. So use the internet to make yourself look awesome. Create a great digital footprint of yourself. And remember, I'm not saying don't use the internet. I'm not saying don't use Instagram. I'm not saying don't use Snapchat. That's fine. You want to connect with your peers. You want to connect with your friends. I get it. But just remember, that whatever you do is saved and stored and follows you for the life of the internet. There are no secret text messages. There are no secret Snapchats. Nothing like that. Because the organizations that generate those applications, the moment it goes on the internet, it's not secret anymore. You want to keep something secret? Right? Don't put it on the internet. End of story. Remember, folks, you have the power. It is the power of choice. The power lies in you. If you take a moment and think about the reasons for your choice, and if it is because of the information that you have received from an outside party, then you have to question whether or not it is actually your choice. Or is an organization, a special interest group, taking advantage of your vulnerability as a human? See you next time.